You are because you think. Once again, my name is Raswajan and I welcome you to the best social media entertainment talk show in Northern Ghana. Yeah, so today I'm not sure I'll be able to express my level of gratitude and happiness because I'm with one artist that I grew up listening to his music, and till date, when he releases a song, I want to be the first person to listen to it. His album is out there, he has this just one song and it's trending everywhere, everybody's talking about it. So I thought it was that let's get closer to him and get to hear, because he has gotten that niche for himself, has been noted for one of the best songwriters and vocalists we have here in Northern Ghana. So if you have an opportunity to meet somebody like this, I think it's going to be a dream come true. Stick and stay right now. Yeah, so as I said, I have with me one of the best songwriters and very exceptional vocalists we have here in Northern region. I'm so happy that he has made it here because he has been very busy, but then he has found time to come. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you, bro, Charlie. What's up?
Yeah, seriously, I'm so happy. Yeah. You know, I'm somebody who grew up listening to your music.
Yeah.
To date, when you drop a song, I still don't listen to it. So I want to know, how is it like? How are you feeling?
Yeah, Charlie. It's been God from day one, and then think I'm happy to be here too, and I'll be glad to respond to all your questions that you are going to ask here.
Wow. Don Sigli has been noted for one person who doesn't really follow trend. Yes, when everybody is taking one particular direction, you still stay focused on your lane. Today I want you to share with us what has kept you so focused.
Yeah, I think this is because I do Don Sigli and no one else. Yeah, you know, one thing I've grown to understand is that I cannot be any other person except being myself. So I'm not a trend person. And then music is what I've chosen as a profession, and whenever other people are following trend, I choose to be myself. I only try to build upon what I have, you understand? And this is one secret about me that I think is making me more successful in terms of songwriting and song composition, because I don't do any other person, I do myself.
Wow, that's fantastic. Don Sigli is a family person. I want you to share with us your fatherhood experience.
I'm married with 3 children. You know, blending this with music, it can never be easy, you know. Initially, like, children outside there used to look at you as a role model, so you have to play the role model for children out there and your own children, because you are the one they are looking at. You understand? They are looking up to you to live an exemplary life for them to also emulate your ways, you know. So I think I'm trying to be the best father on earth.
Wow, I think that's amazing. Was it just this year you had a prestigious award from Canada?
Yeah, that was this year's Culture and Innovational Awards in Canada. Yeah, we actually had the nomination and we were arranging to go, but that's when this corona also just started, and then we applied for visas, but it was myself, Sherry from Bunu, Ifia Swasnega, Famia, Raskuku, and Co. We were many, but that couldn't come on, you know. But still, like, I won the award, but it is still in Canada. We cannot go there right now to take it, you know. So, and it's an honor to be recognized by people who are not even in Ghana, but outside the country, who still appreciate your music. I think it's a great honor to me to be awarded by the Culture and Innovational Award scheme. Yeah.
Wow. You see, Don Sigli, anytime you need a song, like, you have one has of meaning. It's not only the young that listen to you, the aged listen to you. I want to know, anytime you sit to write a song, what are some of the things that come in mind?
Yeah, there are so many questions that come across my mind before I start writing every song. The first is, hey, Don Sigli, this is a song that you are going to write. It's not a song that you are going to be singing to yourself.
Okay.
It's not a song that you are just writing to sing when you are washing.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
It's a song that you intend to sell to the general public.
Okay.
So the first question that comes across my mind is, what you are writing, is it worth it? Okay. Is it worth people spending their money, maybe someone taking out money from his pocket to purchase? Like this is the first question that comes across my mind. What you are giving out, is it worth is it worth what the person is going to use to buy it? Yeah. So this is the first question. And also, I ask myself, do you like what you just did? Okay. If the question is no, then I ask myself again, if no, who do you expect to like it? Wow. You understand? Yeah. So that is how come I end up loving all my songs. Okay. If you ask me to choose my favorite out of my songs, I cannot choose a song, because this is the bottom line for me to write all my songs. So I think that has been the norm from day one. So I think this is all I can tell you about the secret behind my songwriting.
Wow, but do you have any influence from your background?
I draw the influence from the very first day that I decided to take music as a profession. You know, the bottom line here is learning the art. Okay. And I had the opportunity to start with a band. Okay. So my brother already had a band that was the Bonkumda band, and then I started working there as a backing vocalist for my brother. Okay. You know, so from there, I drew the bottom line, like I said, for myself. I said, okay, I have decided to take music as a profession. So what do I need to do? The first thing is learn the art. You understand? So, they say always, the art, you first need to learn, then later you take off the L and N. So I decided to learn my art, what I keep on doing. So that was when I decided to start by learning an instrument, and I picked the keyboard and the guitar. Wow. And then for the guitar, right now I'm not a professional guitarist, but I know my way around the keyboard. Okay. You know, so, and then I also went into the songwriting and composition and singing. You know, so and I'm glad I'm being appreciated by the people. You know. Unless those who haven't heard my music yet, if you listen to my music and then you understand what I say, even if you don't understand what I say, you know that because music itself is a language. You understand? It doesn't matter whether you understand what the person sings or not. At some point you would understand that, oh, this person indeed knows what he or she is doing now. And so that has been and then growing up, just like I said, already I had my brothers in the industry. Sharif was there, and then the Stro too was starting, and then so I think that's where I just
wow.
I found things easy for me.
Wow. I think that anytime you mention the name Don Sigli, your name sounds very heavy in the mouths of many people. Yeah. Yes. I want to know, how are you able to build that brand? There's always a tag on your name.
Yeah, man. I think it's respect. Respect and learning the arts, just like I said. Like, if you always keep on impressing people, like you don't fail people. Yeah. People, someone hears your name for the first time, he listens to your song today and it's okay. He listens tomorrow. If he's like and he is not disappointed, he will definitely follow. You understand? And gradually he will build that respect for you. So just like I said, the bottom line is just learning your art. If you learn the art, you learn what you are doing. If anybody who appreciates music listens to you, he will appreciate you as a musician. And that is what art is.
Wow, I think this is amazing. I'm actually really Don Sigli. You did a song and you jumped on Macasio's song, Yala Yala.
Yeah, man.
And Don Sigli challenged his vocals, like, we've never heard that flavor before. Was it meant for that particular song, or you just decided, oh, no, let me give these people a different feel of myself?
You know, we do, like, I'm a musician, and when I listen to any beat, I decide to go in a way that people would love it. You understand? So, depending on the style of music, I'll give you a different flavor, you know. So if it is hip life, I know how I go about it. And if it is hip hop, same way. If it is R&B, reggae, you understand, Afrobeats, I know my way around. I understand the progression of every instrumentation, and then that is how come, like, I'm able to murder every beat.
Wow, this is amazing.
I guess I'm not sounding narcissistic, you know. So I hope I'm not kind of.
Yeah, because we listened to it and we're like, we've never heard this thing before. I think this is the first time that somebody's giving us a different feel of who he is. I want to know, what's the rapport between yourself, Fancy Gadam, and Macasio, because they always want to have you on their songs and stuff like that.
Not just Fancy Gadam and Macasio, like. I've built a very good rapport between myself and almost every musician in our part of the nation, you know. So every artist, like, if you will not respect me, but you will not insult me.
Exactly.
If you won't come close to me, but you won't have anything bad to say about me. Like, this is one thing that I've always tried to at least make sure of, and make sure that I have a good relationship with every artist, because this is music. It's a profession that we've chosen to do. We have life. We have a life beside music. You understand? So, and we are doing music today. One day we might not be doing music, or our children might not be doing music in the future, but they might still relate in one way or the other. I don't know how they're going to relate. So I wouldn't want my actions today to affect my children's future tomorrow. You understand? So I am always very cautious of what I say about others, or what I do, or the way I act towards a fellow artist. Not just an artist, anybody that I meet. Yeah, man.
You know, Don Sigli, sometimes you just release a song in a year, just once, his single. Sometimes we find it difficult to understand why it happens that way. Is it your own strategy?
Just like I said from the start, it's God. You understand? Like, and then it all boils down to learning the art, and I always make sure that I release songs that can stand the test of time.
Exactly.
You understand? So if I release a song today, in 1 year you listen, somebody can even say that, oh, I listened, I heard. If someone hasn't heard the song, maybe if I do the song today, and you don't hear it, maybe next year, someone can see me and say, ah, Charlie, I heard your song, BN. Is it a new song? You understand?
Yeah.
That makes me happy, like, you understand. I get exhilarated whenever someone tells me, Charlie, I listened to your song, but is it a new song? It means that it's not out of trend.
Yes. Meanwhile, you had dropped it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody can listen to a song I did maybe 5 years back, and he's still asking me if it is a new song. You understand? So I think me releasing a song, like one song or two songs in a year, and it still keeps me relevant in the industry. It still takes us back to learning your art.
Wow.
If you learn your art, you do songs that can stand the test of time. And when you have songs that can stand the test of time, you will never get out of trend. You understand? When people are following Azonto, Al Qaeda, you are still being you. By the time they will leave Azonto and come back to their styles, they are two or three steps behind. But if you are still holding onto your style, onto your style, you might have made some process and it again. So by the time they come back, you are always a step behind. You understand what I'm saying? So this is one thing that I always believe in.
Wow. Yeah. At which point did you decide that no, it's about time I put up a song together in an album?
This particular album?
Yeah, this particular album.
Yeah, somewhere March 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, last year, March 2019. And that was after I released Iborma. That was the very last song I released before I decided to take to record an album. So since then, I haven't released any other song.
Yeah.
So yes and no. I decided to record an album after I released the Iborma song. So since then, I haven't released any other song. I've been in the studio. I've been here and there, trying to get the right people and the right resources in order to be able to put up this particular album. And God being so good, I've ended up getting a lot of people on board, even though we still need more people on board to continue supporting the brand.
Wow. So, the very first day you released the title of the album, it got everybody talking. Like, I don't know, Don Sel is always one person. When he drops something, within a twinkle of an eye, you get a lot of people talking about it, trying to fathom how the whole thing is going to be like. Was it intentional that you had wanted to get people talking about the album with the title, Bale?
I think this is our profession, and then honestly, like, I don't know how come people started talking about it, but I only thought of a title. I said no. I sat together with the team and we said, okay, now we are done recording the album. So what do we have to do now? We have to come up with a title for the whole album. So we decided together that okay, we are not going to pick a song of the album to make it the title of the album. You know what I mean? So that was. So we decided to look for a particular word or phrase that will best define the album. So then we came up with the idea that we have so many deep songs on the album. There are so many deep songs on this particular album. So and right now the people cannot see it.
Exactly.
So let's just say maybe there is a folk. Covering these songs, you understand? So when the folk clears, then the people will be able to see the beauty that is actually in this particular album. So that was how come we came up with the title Bale, which means folk. Yeah, man.
Wow. You know, everything now, so you always find it difficult to understand why he does things the way he does it. You know, you are always. Anytime you mention Don Sel, somebody will tell you, okay, you belong to this class of musicians. They shouldn't add you to. Yes, you shouldn't add you to this particular category. The songs in the album, the arrangement, is there any pattern for the arrangement of songs on the album?
Not really. Like the songs. I just arranged them in a way that I'm sure if people should listen to it in that order, they will enjoy the whole album. You understand? So I think there's no special pattern.
I want to know, we have a lot of sound engineers in Ghana, but Don Sel doesn't just work with sound engineers. So I want to know, is there any relation between the type of sound and then the engineer you want to work with?
Yeah, so like sometimes most engineers send me instrumentations, like they play some kind of instrumentation and say, this beat there, if I give to Don Sigli, go kill him.
Okay.
You understand? So there are engineers like that who just call me and send me an instrumentation to see if I like.
Okay.
So, and if I like the instrumentation, I just go to the studio and record. And sometimes too, I write the song first before I go to the studio. And during the composition, like when I'm composing the song, I think of some engineers who can easily kill it for me. So I think that is the thinking that goes inside. That goes in my mind before I think of an engineer to work with. So I think that has influenced the type of engineers that I've used. This doesn't mean that I don't I work with there's no engineer in Tamale here that I haven't worked with for now, like unless I haven't heard of that engineer yet. But I think of them, I've worked with almost all of them, if not my own songs, like features, you understand, to do some features.
Wow. Those you featured on your song, somebody might say, Don Song doesn't need this particular artist on his song to make a hit. Yeah. Because when you release your hit single, it goes viral, everybody accepts it. Yeah. Why did you decide to put some of these people on the song? Yeah,
they are equally good artists, and then see that they're doing very well. And they also have they command some following, definitely. So some people don't listen to music just for the joy of it. They listen because of who is in that particular song. Exactly. You understand? So I have these people on these songs to add value to that particular song, and also add to the listeners of that particular song. Some people would listen to the song because of that person, and then when they do listen, they would see that Don Sigli is also doing great. You understand? And my fans too will listen to that person on that song and say, wow, this person is also doing great. So I think it helps us spread our wings, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like we have one North. Exactly. You understand? Yeah. And then we are all fighting for one goal. We are trying to see Northern music on the international map. You understand? So I think when I'm featuring anybody, the idea is not just about maybe. It's not just one. Like I also think, I think I put so much thinking together before I get that person on my song. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Because personally, and most people will say, Don Song is always one person everybody likes. So when you're releasing a song, we accept it. Yeah. I want to look at some of the strategies you have put in place to get the album out there. Yeah. You just dropped one of the songs. Sure. Yeah, sounds so local. Yes, and I don't know what's that trying to mean.
If I'm going to explain that to you in English, it's going to be difficult, but I'll try my best. Like, it's a certain period that comes during Hamatan season, you understand? Like, and when that period comes, like, it does not delay. You come out, you see that everywhere is dusty. We have a very dusty environment. So, and even though during Hamatan, everywhere is dusty already, but it is intense within that period. Wow. You understand? So, but that doesn't stay with us for long. Within a week or two, you see that it's gone again. It's gone again. Wow. So, in the context of this particular song, like, it has nothing to do with this, but it's just a scenario. Okay. Like, so we are praying to God. Okay. In that, I'm praying to God in that particular song that He should bless us with money, a lot of money for that matter. So, and I also pray that if He is going to give us that money, He should let it be the money that will come and stay with us, but not the Gongon type.
Because it comes,
the one that will come within some short time, and it will leave us again, you know. Wow. So when it leaves like that, the Gombes say, "Kanta Mariswala Maltaka." Yes. When you don't have, like for instance, as you are sitting today, if you don't earn anything, you'll be able to manage your problems. But if I come today and tell you that, oh my brother, from now onwards I'm going to be giving you 50 cedis a day. If I give you 50 cedis today, give it to you tomorrow. If I do that for a week, and one day I give you even 20 cedis, it will affect you. Meanwhile, even if you were not earning anything before. So we are just praying to God that if He's going to bless us, He should bless us with the riches that is going to stay with us, and not the go.
Wow, this is amazing. Dawson is just always exceptional. Everything about you sounds different. Like, I want to know some of the strategies you've put in place to promote, because you started going on the radio tour, apart from the radio stations.
So there is a whole album that I'm bringing, and this, I started this whole thing with an album listing with the media, and so I had so many stakeholders on board to listen to the album. So I invited all of you to come listen to the album, and then I intended to listen to some of the critics, and then some suggestions that people had for this particular album, and we've compiled all suggestions that were given at that point. It's with management, and we are taking it step by step. You understand? So after the album listening, here is the first song that I'm dropping off the album, and then I call it Kungundergo, and you see that we are going on a radio tour for it. God willing, by tomorrow we are releasing the video of this particular song. Wow. So after this, another song is coming. We'll push about 3-4 singles before the album itself drops. And when it drops, it will be on all the digital platforms, be it Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, Boomplay, understand? It will be on that for those outside Ghana. I think this is. And some people even in Ghana can still purchase through that. And also, I would have it on myplist.com and Aftown that you can purchase through mobile money. And also, it will be on CDs for people who cannot use all this. So it will be on CDs for them to also be able to get it to listen to and enjoy.
Wow. I want to know this. Do you think it's necessary to get a southern artist on your song before you can get attention from the southern market?
You see, collaboration is always good.
Okay.
Collaborating with artists is always good. Yeah. But that is not the key to making it, making it big time, trust me. Like, even though we all need to get to the top, you know what I mean? So, but if you have to ask yourself certain questions, like how many of us here have done southern collaborations, like have songs with the southern artists? You cannot count them. Fancy has so many songs with them. Makasio has so many. Myself, in Wumpine album, I featured Mugis of Artubis, I featured Ochame Kwame, I had Edem on it. You understand? So I previously had Shatarako and Co. But we pushed the best in the best way we could. But trust me, I can't remember like a show that is being staged in Accra, like without a northern affiliation, and then they will call a northern artist on that. They will put a northern artist on that particular platform. You understand? Yeah. So we are pushing. Like, I want the world to know that we have the talent here. That we have what we have here is unique. You cannot hear our style of music from any part of the nation. This is what we have. And if we come together to sell what we have to the world, trust me, the world will listen to us. And music has no particular language. Like it is a language on its own. Understand? Music is a language. People would not understand what you are saying, but they still understand you. through their feelings.
Yes.
So I don't have a Southern collaboration on this particular album, but I believe that the fact that I don't have a Southern collaboration on this album doesn't mean that the album shouldn't break through to the South. Stonebwoy just released his album right now. Like there's no collaboration, there's no Northern collaboration on it, but the album is doing very well in the North. Sarkodie released his album. There's no Northern collaboration on it, but still it's doing very well in the North. You understand? So why can't Don Sigli's album do well in the South? Because is it because Don Sigli hasn't featured any Southern artists on it? No, it has to do with the push. We should come together, push our works from here. Let them know that we have artists from this part of the nation, and then if we package those artists well and then sell them to the world will definitely buy them. You understand? And if we are accepted for who we are, because of who we are, like I'm being accepted as Don Sigli, I made my hit through like being Don Sigli. No feature. It's not because of Sarkodie that I am Don Sigli. It's not because of Mugis that I'm Don Sigli. It's not because of Stonebwoy that I'm Don Sigli. Trust me, if I am accepted as Don Sigli, it means that Don Sigli will stay forever. And people, I would also be able to pull people from my home or pull some artists from the South and make them like.
They also value Don Sigli.
Yes, they also value Don Sigli. They will be in the South and value Don Sigli, and I can also make their careers. Like Sarkodie can make somebody's career from here.
Wow.
You understand? So this is, and to do this, we need a very strong base.
Okay.
I could chant the iron Yilime. If you go to that place like Abe Maliyanga, like you, trust me, they will listen to you today. Tomorrow, next, they'll forget you.
So they are focused on their own people.
And if you don't have your grounds, you fall down. So if you are from here and you are projecting where you are coming from, I did a song with Edem, and Edem's advice was, my brother, sing in your local dialects. When I was doing with Mugis was like, Sigli, sing in Dagbani.
Sing in Dagbani.
You understand?
Yeah.
That was like these were, and I asked myself, okay, so why should I sing in Dagbani? And I also realized that, like because singing in Dagbani makes me sound like Don Sigli and no one else. And there's nobody in the world that can sound like Don Sigli unless the person is singing in Dagbani.
Wow.
You understand? So this is what is making us unique. And then if we keep up to this and then we promote it, Master, people would also value what we have here. So that is just it.
Wow, I think Don Sigli said a lot. And then just this part alone is something for the whole North to just appreciate, because we're always having that feeling. But then from what you are saying, you've encouraged everybody and you've made us understand that we can do it at where we are. We don't need anybody to come on board. Now the album is out there. There's one particular song. So when are we expecting another song from the album?
Yeah, this particular song is out. It's out. It's off the album. And then we are putting things together, like in order to be able to release the next song of the album. Like just like I said earlier, we'll release like 3-4 songs before we release the whole album of 14 songs. You know, so it will not take long. That one will just follow, but it's definitely going to be a collaboration.
That's amazing. Don Sigli, you have so much experience in music. I want you to give your advice to upcoming artists.
Not with me alone have sense. So everybody have sense. You understand? We all have sense in our own way. But the bottom line is learn your art. This is what you have chosen as a profession. You've chosen to do music as your profession. So the bottom line is learn the art. If you keep learning, the money would find you, the fame would find you. If you keep learning, even if people don't make noise about you today, whenever you get this, the platform to showcase your talent, you'll be ready for it. You understand? So, if you choose to make a name for you instead of learning your art for now, okay, maybe one day you make the name, and you'll get on the big platform. They've heard of you. Now they want to see what you have. What do you have to show us? So, so that is when you use what you have learned. You understand? So, the only advice I have for the up and coming artists is to learn the art, continue learning the art. That is it.
Wow. There was this particular upcoming artist whose dream was just to have done song on his song, and it even came on TV, came on entertainment news. When you were at home and then you saw that particular thing, how was the feeling?
Yeah, you know, it's very like, it was very soothing into the ear. Like when I heard that someone dreams to have a song with me, though his own went on TV. Like I know a lot of artists, like underground artists, are looking up to me, and they send me messages day in, day out. Yeah, but him taking it publicly, like, made me feel proud. It made me feel like, oh yeah, Charlie, people or children are actually looking up to you, and they want, like, they appreciate what you are doing. And this is what an artist wants. Like, you want your work to be appreciated, even if the money doesn't follow up. If people appreciate what you are doing, like, it makes you happy. Yeah, so I think I was very happy, and he's a great rapper himself, like Tattoo Salamudini is doing very good, and I am always in contact with him, and whenever he calls, and then any advice that I have, I try to put the little sense I have in me across to him, and then I ask him to also sieve it and keep the ones that are okay, and then you can throw away the ones that are not good.
Wow, that's an amazing person. Trust me. Lastly, I want you to look at the whole industry, and then what do you think the industry should do now to just support every single artist? Because it looks like our industry, we are still finding some hinges.
Yeah, for this one, our industry is still an infant one. Like, we've been saying this for over a decade, saying that our artists, our industry is an infant one. We were expecting it to be at least a teenager by now. You understand? But
it is still,
an infant. So I think the artists should rather unite, because we are at a disadvantage. You know, our works are currently limited to just here. So the artists and the whole industry, you know, be it the media, bloggers, presenters, DJs, producers, we should all focus on pushing our works out of here. Like, we are going to push the works out of here to build here.
Exactly.
You understand? So we want the good name of the North. We want the good name of Northern music. So let's push Northern music out, because the people here already know that we are doing good. But the world is here to see what we have from the North. So let's come together and then push our works forward.
Definitely. Wow. I'm so excited, because I've also learned a lot. Don Sigli has enlightened us to understand the nature of how things are being done here and stuff like that. So lastly, I want you to give us your final words to your fans and then all those who love soul music, the soul soldiers.
Yeah, man. I think the biggest word I'm going to use here is support. Keep supporting Don Sigli's music. You know, there's no musician without a fan. If you don't have a fan, must I forget it. Like if the fans are not behind you, there's nothing you can do as a musician. So the Sigli soldiers, I do appreciate what you've been doing for me from day one. Mr. Kojo Matthew and the whole team, like what you people have been doing for me, I really appreciate. I see all the posts you make for me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all across social media. Like I cannot thank you enough. And then I want to entreat you to continue. Please don't stop. We are not even close to the dream.
Wow.
Let's keep pushing, and God willing, we'll get to live the dream. Yes, please continue with what you have been doing. And then to everyone watching this program right now, I want to say shout outs to yourself, and then please go follow my social media handles like Don Sigli on Facebook. It's just DONSIGLI. Like not my personal account. My personal account is full now, like so I can't accept you. My page is there. Just go and follow. Whenever I release something, you'll be the first to know. So on Facebook it's Don Sigli. On Instagram it is Don_Sigli. Don_Sigli. And then if you go to Twitter, it's Don Sigli without space. DONSIGLI. Yeah, so you can follow me. And if you go to YouTube, my channel is Don Sigli Music Channel. Do subscribe to it. And if you go to Audio Mark, it's Don Sigli. If you go to SoundCloud, it's Don Sigli. Yeah, so Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, all the digital platforms at Don Sigli. Yes, please do stream our works and then support our music. Thank you.
Wow, I have a funny question. Many people have it that you are Sheriff Gali in disguise. Many people have it that you are Sheriff Gali in disguise. The legendary Sheriff Gali in disguise. Yes.
I think it's a rhetorical question. It's a rhetorical question, you know, so there's no answer to this because you said many people do what?
Many people have it in mind.
They have it in mind, so it's in their minds.
Their minds. You know? Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I think that I've never been so excited in an interview like this. It's a dream come true because I love Don Sigli and I've been a solo soldier for so long and I keep supporting. As you guys say, social media is very, very important now. Let's push very well. Let's try and go to Twitter. I'm sure, now, if for 50 people should hashtag ballet, it will trend on Twitter and everybody will hear about it. So I would urge that we move because Facebook is choked. Everybody has a Facebook account, but hardly will you see people talking about Twitter. So if we push to Twitter, I think it will help better. Wow, I'm so excited. So whoever is watching this interview, big ups to you, and let's support Don Sigli. He's our own and we love him so much. You know, I'm finding it difficult to speak to the people because this is just a dream come true. Because I've always been willing to have Don Sigli on our show and today you found it here. Yeah, so let's keep hashtagging the ballet album. Any post you make on Facebook, hashtag ballet. Let's make everybody hear about it. I always say that don't allow anybody's opinion become your reality. You have got that solution to your problem. Just work hard and pray, and everything coming with ease. Once again, my name is Francois. Don Sigli Baba Mili was my guest for today. See you next time. Thank you.